Hi, everyone. This is John Girardi with Right to Life of Central California, bringing you another in our 40 videos for 40 Days for Life series. 40 Days for Life is the international campaign of prayer and presence outside abortion clinics throughout the country and throughout the world. If you want to learn more about our campaign in Fresno, please get in touch with us at 559-229-2229 or visit rtlcc.org. For today's episode, I want to talk about a really dumb argument that pro-choicers will use. It's not even really pro-choicers. Sometimes pro-choicers will use it, and sometimes pro-choice conservatives will use it. And it's particularly annoying when it's pro-choice quasi-pseudo-conservatives who make this claim. The claim that is made, and certain people like Tomi Lahren, who some of you might remember her, she's a talking head on Fox News occasionally. She used to be on Glenn Beck's The Blaze thing, and she parrots certain kinds of conservative talking points. I've never found her to be particularly insightful. Tomi Lahren has made this argument repeatedly, which is infuriatingly stupid, and often liberals will try to throw this into the face of pro-life conservatives. The argument basically goes that we conservatives are about small government. And if you believe in small government and limited government, then what business does the government have to tell you that abortion is wrong? That if you really believe in small government, that an abortion should just be between a woman and her doctor. Now, I'm pro-life first before I'm conservative, and frankly, Right to Life of Central California welcomes conservatives, liberals, Martians, white, black, green, I don't care who you are, as long as you're pro-life, then you have an ally here at Right to Life of Central California. So we're not an exclusively conservative organization. But the idea that any kind of political conservatism would mean hating government enough to get rid of the basic protection under law that human beings should not be killed is so stupid and so asinine that I would say, I guess, to respond to this, even like the most libertarian person possible, and I am not a libertarian, okay, just personally, not a libertarian, even the most libertarian person possible would admit that the one role that government has is to prevent people from engaging in violence against other people, from using their freedom to take away the freedom of other people by committing violence against them. Okay. So, yeah, there is a role for government, no matter how big you think it should be, no matter how small you think it should be. The one thing that any government is supposed to do is to protect people from acts of private violence by their fellow citizens, by their fellow inhabitants of the political community. That is the one basic thing that that everyone agrees governments should do. And it's not a question of being conservative or liberal or big government, little government. That's the one thing, the only thing, practically, that a lot of libertarians think that governments should do. And again, I am not a libertarian. I'm just communicating this. So this idea that it's thrown into the face of pro-life conservatives that, I thought you were in favor of small government. So how can you support the government interfering in this decision? This is the one thing, protecting people from violence, that government really should do. And it almost does not matter what your political ideology is. Essentially, everyone agrees on that. The question is just the threshold question of who is included in this human community of people against whom acts of private violence should not be inflicted. We would say it includes the unborn. It's not a question of big government versus small government. It's a question of the government doing the one thing that literally everyone agrees it should do. For Right to Life, I'm John Girardi.